Hello everybody. Sonic had a rough transition into 2D. Now, when you hear that statement, you probably think, has this guy been drinking? Firstly, yes, I have been drinking water! And secondly, that's the sentiment that you should be echoing whenever somebody says that Sonic had a rough transition into 3D. The two statements are on a similar level of absurdness. It's absolutely baffling that so many people still believe this lie. I don't know who started it, probably IGN. I don't know when it was started, probably IGN. I don't know why it was started, probably IGN. But what I do know is that I would like to have a word with them in a private locked off room with Knuckles by my side. Probably IGN. Sonic Adventure is a really good game. It still holds up nearly 27 years later, which is absolutely insane. That is a crazy long time. Almost as crazy as what I did last night. With your mom! What I meant was almost as crazy as how stupid, incorrect, and outlandish this lie is. Finally, when it comes to the topic of this lie, we have the reception of the game at launch. It got 87% from game rankings, and Wikipedia even says that it received critical acclaim. I wonder why. Maybe because the game was really good. And speaking of good, the best part of this game is without a doubt Sonic's levels. He very comfortably has the most of any character in the game with 10, and they are all incredibly fun. Well, almost all of them anyway. So I thought it would be fun to go through every single one of Sonic's levels and rank them from worst to best using a good old tier list. And I know what that one curly haired guy who benches double his body weight in the gym is going to comment, but Naz, there are only 10 levels in this video, while Sonic Adventure has 11. You forgot one. You see, that's where you're wrong, my child. Sonic doesn't visit every level in the game. He visits all but one, which is why this video won't go through every level in the game. Comment down below if you know the level Sonic doesn't go to. Without any further ado, let's get this show on the road. First, and definitely least, we have Lost World. Not the level, but the game! Dun-dun! This is without a doubt the worst level in this game. It's not horrible by any means, but it's definitely not one that I find fun to play. The level design is without a doubt the biggest problem for me here. It just does not work. It does not flow well like the other levels. If the flow of the other levels are akin to water moving through a straight line, then this one is akin to water moving through a zigzag. The things this level has you doing are just not fun to me. None of them play to the game's strengths. In fact, they probably play to the game's weaknesses. This level does not allow me to play the way I love playing Sonic Adventure, which is something all other levels in this game let me do at least a little bit. But with this level, I just can't say the same. Even when it comes to the music, I don't really have much good to say either. It's definitely the weakest and most forgettable level theme in the entire game. If there is one thing I like here, it's this isolated part where you momentarily run on the outside. The background just looks incredibly beautiful here. It feels like this level was not playtested. That's the best way to describe it. From a level design perspective, this level feels like a sore thumb when compared to the others. Maybe that was the point, but whether or not it was, one thing is for sure. I have no intention of ever playing this level ever again, because it has nothing to offer me that I enjoy. It does the bare minimum of what a level needs to do, and that's be functioning. D rank. Next, we have Casinopolis, without a doubt the most gimmicky level in the entire game. In terms of gameplay, it is without a doubt the most bare bones level in the entire game. This is because a very big bulk of the level is centered around playing the pinball machines to get enough rings to beat the level. That's pretty much all you do in this level, just play pinball. The only time in this level you can actually indulge in some proper gameplay is when you get dumped into the sewers. That's it. Wish there were more of the sewer sections, as they're pretty fun. But as fun as they are, every time you get dumped into the sewers, it will be the same level layout no matter what, as there are no variations when it comes to the sewer sections. meaning the only things that you can do in this level is either play the pinball game or go through the fun but short sewer sections that are going to be the same every time. Due to this reason, I once again don't see myself returning to this level. But hey, at least it has a section in it that is actually fun to go through, which is more than can be said for Lost World. Once again, not the level, the game. Also, the level is just very charming and full of novelty, but honestly, you could say that for the entirety of this game. This one's going in C rank. Ice Cap is next, and what we have here is pretty cool. Please subscribe. Thank you. I'll be honest, the best part of this level is the setting, the callback to Ice Cap Zone, and just the novelty and charm of the whole thing. Other than that, especially from a gameplay perspective, it's nothing really that special. The section inside the cave is not bad by any means, but it once again does not exhibit the level design components that makes levels coming up later as great as they are. The section inside the cave suffers from what I like to call Lost World syndrome, because just like Lost World, the level design here just does not facilitate smoothness. The level design here once again just does not make this part of the level that fun to play, but it's not as bad as it was in Lost World, and also there's the outside section after the cave, so it helps that the entire level isn't just this. Once we get to the outside, we have to start snowboarding, which is pretty awesome, and a really cool callback to Sonic 3. It's thrilling to go through, and these gigantic slopes that propel you over these giant drops, if done correctly, add to the thrill ride. But there is just one tiny problem with this snowboarding section, and that's the controls. Holy baseball bats, this is atrocious. What is going on here? Who coded this? The input here might as well not exist. It's that unresponsive. But it's not bad enough to ruin the experience. Overall, this is a pretty solid level. Also, small note, really love these cute houses in the side over here, and the hot air balloons. Don't know who's living in them, but they add to the charm of the level and the game. You're going in B rank. It's Windy Valley time, and before you say, I know, it's also Rhine time, but it's Rhine time all the time, I don't need to say it. Windy Valley is a fine level. It does a good amount of things right. At the top of this list, probably is the music, which is just classic, joyful Sonic music. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. When it comes to playing the level itself, Windy Valley does pretty good as well. Notably the first half of the level, which contains great level design and makes for a pretty seamless experience. However, the latter half of the level, while not bad by any means, is a lot more straightforward than bare bones when it comes to the level design and therefore the things you can do. Now, I wouldn't say that the second half of the level doesn't work, it's just very straightforward and could potentially end up feeling boring. I mean, you really are just almost exclusively going down a straight line that sometimes twirls. I'm not exaggerating, by the way. But I will say this, I will take this type of level design over something like Lost Worlds or the first half of Ice Caps any day of the week. Any week of the month. Any month of the year. Okay, you get what I mean. The reason, once again, being the level flow. The latter half of this level might lack substance, but it flows well, unlike the other two examples I just mentioned, which is why it's placed higher than them. All around, this is a pretty nice level. B rank. This level really starts with you just straight up getting shot out of a cannon, which is the type of silliness you love to see in Sonic games, along with the fact that Sonic, or anyone in the Sonic universe for that matter, can survive a fall from any height due to fall damage not existing in the Sonic universe. This level is very chunky. It is one of the longest levels in the entire game, and it also feels like there's a lot to do. Like, it feels like you're doing a lot of things, and a lot of different things at the same time. That's mainly due to the level's length and level design. You're never really doing the same thing for too long in this level. It keeps switching it up constantly. 1 second you'll be jumping across rotating cylinders, and the next thing you know you'll be going over a bottomless pit by holding onto a rotating hook, and before you have any time to process that, you'll be failing to cross over a bottomless pit with monkey bars because somebody told Sonic that there are chili dogs down there, and before that's properly finished, You'll be running across this giant platform with planes before the platforms have a chance to take you with them as they collapse. I think you get the point, and if you don't, I'm sorry. However, this variety does not lead to faultiness in the level design. Like, you'd think that with a level this rich in variety when it comes to level design, that there would naturally be areas that fall into the same umbrella that a level like Lost World does. But no, it manages to keep that Sonic Adventure flow throughout its entirety, resulting in a pretty good level overall. I'll give Skydeck a high B rank. Next is the final level of the game, that of course being Final Egg. This level naturally, as it's the final level of the game, is not only one of the hardest but also one of the longest. Similar to Skydeck, it just feels so jam-packed with content. You feel like you're doing so much while going throughout the level. The level design is pushed to the absolute limit here when it comes to loading the level with things to do while keeping that Sonic Adventure flow going. This level has so much going for it. It's just fun sequence after fun sequence. This level feels like a journey. Due to it being as long as it is, you traverse so much unique and cool terrain, and by the end of it, you feel like you've traveled quite the distance. Simply put, when you have a level that is just full of good level design, set pieces, and components that facilitate great gameplay, not to mention other out of left field points, it's probably not possible for that level to be anything but a really fun time. And at the end of the day, that's probably the main thing everybody wants from their levels, to have fun while playing them. I mean, the only negative thing that I can imagine somebody saying about this level is that it doesn't really feel like a final level. Like, it's too easy to be a final level. But hey, me personally, I couldn't give a hippo's nipple about that, so yeah, fantastic level, A rank. Next up we have maybe the most iconic level in this game. Well, at least I assume it's one of the most iconic, considering it was this game's representation in Sonic Generations. Speed Highway. I mean, what is there to say about this level that hasn't already been said? It has literally everything you could ask for in a level. To be fair, you could say that about every level left in this video. When you think of Sonic, this could very well be one of the first levels that come into your mind. And for good reason. From start to finish, this level is Sonic. From start to finish, it does so much incredibly right. The level design, the music, the speed, the journey, the set pieces, it's just so mesmerizing from start to finish. This level, along with all the remaining levels, is basically peak Sonic level design. There's a reason why this level is called Speed Highway, and that's because this level is probably the fastest in the entire game. So many loops, so many boost pads, so many speed shoes. Sonic would also probably homing attack me if I didn't mention that absolutely iconic set piece where Sonic is running down the side of the building while being chased by police. It is the definition of awesome. Another point that goes back to this level feeling like a journey is how the final section of the level is set during the day, while everything preceding it is set during the night. You've been running through the city all night for so long that it has now become daytime. I just really love that small touch. Speed Highway is absolutely awesome and one of the best levels in this game. No wonder it was picked for Sonic Generations. We got our first S rank here. We're into the top 3, and kicking us off we have Twinkle Park. This level is something special. There's just something about it. Every time I play this level, it gets me to feel things. It's all of the components coming together. Whether it be the setting, the music, or the set pieces, they all come together to create a very special feeling, vibe, and atmosphere. To put it simply, playing this level makes me feel like a little kid again. From the go-karting in the beginning, to riding the roller coaster, to using Sonic as a bowling ball, the castle setting, and the whole dreamy aesthetic of everything, it is simply charming and magical. On top of all that, it helps that the level design makes this level heaps of fun to blast through. If I could change anything here, I would reduce the go-karting section a little bit. Not because it's bad or anything, but because I love what comes after it so much, and I would rather have a bit more of that. At the end of the day, I really can't think of any bad things to say about this level. For me, it does nothing wrong and so much right, and the things it does right are things that mean a lot to me. Certified S rank. We have finally entered the endgame now, and the level finishing as runner-up is none other than Red Mountain. This level is without a doubt not only the most underrated level in Sonic Adventure, but it is also one of the most underrated levels in Sonic history. This level without a doubt has the best level design in the entire game. It's just a masterclass of level design from start to finish. The layout of this level is simply perfect. Every square inch of this level feels like it's been designed the best or almost the best it can be. From start to finish, you are constantly bombarded with fun sequence after fun sequence, awesome set piece after awesome set piece, alternate pathways and shortcuts after alternate pathways and shortcuts. The levels in this game that are a cut above the rest all have that Sonic Adventure level flow running through them incredibly well from start to finish. The better it is, the better the level is. This level probably executes that Sonic Adventure flow better than any level in the game. It's honestly surprising that people don't give this level more praise considering how good it is from a level design perspective, and say what you want about level design, but if the level design of a level is good, chances are that level is also going to be good. So if you're someone who wasn't sold on Red Mountain when you played it, I encourage you to go back and be patient with it, and hopefully you'll arrive at the same conclusion that I have. S rank. Absolutely brilliant. However, sometimes even the perfect level design is not enough to be the best level in your game. Emerald Coast. Sonic Adventure Incarnate. Also, what is it with the Sonic series and opening levels being of such high quality? Once again, what can I say about this level that hasn't already been said? From start to finish, this is simply what Sonic the Hedgehog is all about. That Sonic Adventure flow is present in full force from start to finish. The level design is sublime, the environment is beautiful, the music fits incredibly well, the vibe and atmosphere just makes me happy. Just like Red Mountain, this level from start to finish, from a level design perspective, feels perfect. Now, if we had to look at both levels from a level design perspective and the things you do in them from start to finish, you could make the case that Red Mountain edges out Emerald Coast in that department just ever so slightly. But, at the end of the day, to me, level design isn't the only thing. It's very important, but not the only thing. There are other important factors at play. I'm sure you can guess what they are, as I've named them countless times in this video, but when determining what the best level is, I have to take all of these factors into account and combine them into one, while also remembering which factors are bigger priorities than others. And when I do that here, without a shadow of a doubt, Emerald Coast comes out on top and is, in my humble opinion, the best level in Sonic Adventure 1, S rank. Thank you so much for watching, I sincerely appreciate it. I would love it if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel, as they help me out a ton. And hey, comment your level rankings in the comments below. Tell me your favorite and least favorite level in the game. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Regardless, I would love to know what you think. Have an amazing rest of your day, wherever you are. Farewell.